everybody. So I'm back for another review of Love After Lockup Season 5, Episode 10, Running from Love. First, last night, I don't know what happened. I just think I had something bad was in my system or whatever. So I didn't really feel like doing it. I couldn't really watch it last night. So anyway, that's that. Am I the only one a little creeped out? Because I haven't even been following that much, but it's like I can't avoid it. The stuff that is like unraveling before our eyes with Jada Pinkett and Will Smith. Like I just know this is going to get much worse before it gets better, and I just wish we didn't. That's why I can't give that stuff attention. But like it is really like just that's all I have to say. Anyway, let's get into this episode. So Anthony and Sheree. All right, they're rushing to get home, okay? And they're fussing because she is about to get him home after 1 a.m. And Anthony's whole point was, well, look, my parole officer did me a favor by even letting me come out. Okay, facts, right? Like, he does have to, be there. And he thought if they would have left by 12:30, they would have been good. But it was like 12:45 because they got into that argument about Sheree not really being married. Even though the mama was tripping because she went with him to go get the engagement ring. Stop. Okay, just stop. All right. So I was like, why was she running the house before the person with the monitor and then rushing him? Look, if you're not motivated to get your grown ass up them steps, I certainly was not going to break my ankle trying to get up there. And why was that part funny to me? I don't know. Something was wrong with me last night. I don't know why I started laughing so hard at that. They had forgotten about the fact that everybody hated the engagement party / welcome home party because they found out she lied. They're not even pressed about that right now. And they weren't pressed about it the next morning as far as we know. So was she crying in that confessional because she loved him, or because in the confessional they had just played the footage back of everybody going off on her at that party and it was embarrassing? Like, I was confused. Anyway, so Sheree, do better. Even for reality TV, still do better. Pretending to wake up with that glitter makeup on. Your makeup, first of all, was perfect. Okay, that's how I know you did. I know you took it off and stuff, but it seems a little too perfect for me. So I just want you to do better. And she has him get up to do a mock interview, which is not a bad idea for somebody who, especially anytime you have a preparing for just a new job interview, but especially for somebody who hasn't been in the job market. Apparently, he did a lot of stuff in prison, so that he could do, or in jail. But what is with these women purposely reincarnating themselves as mothers to these grown men? Like, K. Michelle told us you can't raise a man, and you can't do it. You just can't do it. So how is Sheree anybody's HR manager anyway? But never mind. Anybody who has a job knows HR works for the company, and usually they're not good at their job. So you know what? I take that back. So, but I'm asking that really because she walked around dressed the way she dresses, and on TV no less. Like, we all have our lives and then our loves, like we work and then we have this. But like, girl, I just don't think everybody needs to know, especially you on TV dressed like this for a man who just got out of jail. Emphasis on TV. Like, keep your job and reputation intact for your own financial security. He's not even bringing in any money. Is it worth it? You know what? I think I'm going to skip over them until the end. Chelsea and Mikey, okay? So they're on that Melissa and Louis stuff, long distance, talking over the phone, FaceTime, and that kind of business. So Chelsea wants her father to meet Mikey, and Mikey is nervous because he knows that this man doesn't like him already because he's been in prison, so he associates that with murder and stuff like that, not like, robbing and whatever Mikey was in for. So her father talks about how Chelsea has made some bad decisions when it comes to men. And that's especially, I was thinking especially, since they've been abusive. So, he is going to be hesitant with anybody coming in her life. And certainly somebody who's been in jail when she's been with abusive men and they have raped her, things like that. Like, I think a father should be concerned. I don't care how old she is. Then her daddy keeps talking, okay? And tells us he didn't like her last boyfriend and was always watching him to see if he was stealing things. Now, we know that this individual, and that's when my brain went off and said, alert. Now, first, let's be clear. Her last boyfriend the man she was living with, the man she had the baby by, who raped her and abused her, is a sorry piece of shit. I want that to be clear from the gate. But the reason why my brain said alert is because first we can clearly see that baby boy Trevor is half black. Okay, actually we only know he's half white because we see Chelsea. How about that? All right, and it was giving I didn't trust him, and went looking behind him when he visited my house to make sure he didn't steal anything because he's black and I'm racist as hell. That's what it was giving. Okay. Have we seen any scenes, even in those other seasons, where it was Chelsea's dad and that grandson? I'm just saying. So, I mean, we could tell by how he lived and the pickup trucks and all that other stuff in that neighborhood that he was probably of that thought process. But it's going to be a no for me. You should have hated that bastard for beating on and raping your daughter, and you should have said that. Because, see, that gave, that wasn't even your biggest issue. Okay, anyway. I don't know why you didn't get the police involved. Maybe you tried, but I'm just going off what we saw. You know the way they come when a white man calls, whether you tell them the truth or not. So I don't understand why you didn't get them more involved. But you know, abuse victims can sometimes defend their abuser and that kind of thing. So I hate when people muddy the waters like this because whoever Chelsea was with was terribly abusive. But when you added that and that's what they edited into it, or edited in where we didn't hear anything else, like, miss me. So Mikey talks to his daughter about going to Ohio for 2 weeks, and he asked her how she feels, and I'm like, I didn't know it was 2 weeks. Initially, I was like, are you for real? Are you really about to leave your daughter? And she said she's mad, like mad, sad, mad. And I was like, you know what? As an adult, I actually think that's a great way to describe feelings. I feel mad, sad. Anyway, as I have on so many occasions. So he said, look, I'm only going away for 2 weeks. And I was like, good, because y'all keep leaving y'all's families, you and Red. And y'all just got out. Y'all really need to adjust to something. So she said she doesn't want him to get married. She asked if he was going to ask her to marry him. He said, well, no. And she said, good. She didn't want either one of her parents to get married. And honestly, as a little kid, you see yourself being replaced. If, you know, your parents, I imagine, if your parents aren't together and if your parents start dating somebody else that's not the father. I think that's totally normal, but I think it's healthy that she feels comfortable expressing that. So you have to, you know, take it slow when you have kids. You just do. You can't bring everybody in their life. All right. Here's somebody I give less. Never mind. I'm not gonna. Andy and Brittany, I'm done. Okay. I'm done. Y'all are making me done with this show. I'm only watching one more episode. Well, no, I'm only reviewing one more episode. I don't think I'm going to do Life After Lockup. But anyway. So we get Brittany again. When I tell you I do not like her, I can feel it through the TV. I don't like her. Okay? She lied about everything. She's saying he lied about everything, Andy. She thought dating a cop, okay, first of all, he's a former cop, was a completely different thing for her, and that's why she tried it. Girl, you fucked with him. He was fucking with you. Stop. Just stop. Just stop creating a story that we are not going for. So then she said he lied about everything. He said he was calm when he's not. And I was thinking to myself, well, he has actually been very calm on this show, even though it appears passive aggressive to me. I have to be honest. Because I would have gone off on you. You would not have been in my house. First of all, if you left me outside with my kid at Chuck E. Cheese or wherever you was going, like, I don't appreciate it. I don't. Okay? Like, for real by now. So, I think he's very calm. Nothing is ever her fault. It's going to be hard to stay clean of anything. And while I'm not wishing this on her, despite how I feel about her, you can't really stay clean of drugs with a person who can never take responsibility for anything. Okay? Somebody who will even blame their teenage daughter for stuff. Like, what allows a drug addict to go back to it is when they can't be honest, at least in admitting why they're doing things they do. So anyway, Brittany walks around like she is the cat's meow. She is trashy and she's sloppy. Next, okay? The producers told Andy where Brittany was clearly, okay? And she said, look, I just want to go to mom's. And I was like, go already. And go off the camera too and don't come back. We're done. If that was her mother, we don't know. It may have been, it may not have been. It could have been Gracie. We don't know. We don't know. Honestly, I don't care. Just get her off. All right, Melissa and Louis. All right, so he tells his mother, first of all, stop telling your mother stuff, okay? And I typically try to give people's mothers benefits of the doubt, but Donna has just left me no choice. None. None. His mother, he tells his mother about Melissa being mad about him buying the car. Okay, Louis. Melissa went wrong about that car. The mother is on his side, of course, because she doesn't like Melissa regardless. And she strikes me as the type of angle like nobody he brings around. All right, Melissa is coming down, supposed to come down for his surgery, right? It's going to take him to the doctor and hotel so they can, like, be together. But she's mad because she doesn't like, Donna is mad because Melissa doesn't like her. She doesn't like you for a good reason, Donna. So don't act like this girl just had this, like, hatred toward you. You continue to mistreat this woman. She owes you nothing at this point. Sorry, she doesn't. Donna, and by the way, you're not paying for his teeth, but you're not stopping her from paying for it. So to me, you clearly see that there are benefits to her being in his life. And so people like you who can't just draw a line in the cement, forget the sand on the blow of it, cement, and just say, this is what I stand on. I'm not here for it. I'm not. So Melissa is lying. She doesn't want to spend more money, especially after when she gave that weak job story talking about it's an emergency 2 days before. Girl, bye. Okay. So Melissa went in and probably asked for overtime on purpose. Just because. So Melissa's lying. She don't want to spend more money, especially after she dropped $5,000. He dropped that $5,000 on the car, $5,000 plus. And if that's what woke you up, I'll take it, Melissa, just because I want you to get your life together. But he hasn't had the surgery, so I was like, why pay for it? But whatever. Then we learned later, apparently she had sent the money in or whatever. So how did Louis get his license so quick? I'm just curious. How long has he been out of jail? All right, I mean, granted, this show speeds stuff up, so I don't know. So the dentist's office had a pipe burst when he gets there. And they asked him to wait 30 minutes. I would have just rescheduled. It was not like root canal emergency surgery. No, that'd be different. Because even if they do fix it, like, I need to make sure it's in working order for 24 hours straight so I can trust it a little bit more. Like, those things are important, especially at the dentist. Just too many things that could go wrong. He calls Melissa and talks to her on the speakerphone in the middle of the dentist's office. I know you're on a reality show, but you should have gone outside anyway. That should have been your first instinct. Anyway, as usual, they're in the middle of the dentist's office, and because she's on speaker, Melissa and Donna get into an argument, even though she shouldn't be in the conversation at all. Even if Donna was hearing it, she should not be in the conversation speaking. Okay? She has no idea what boundaries are. So she starts trying to, he goes outside and they talk. And she starts trying to revoke the payment and stuff. And he was like, look, I already did this. It's a mess. All right. She's saying like, well, you're like a 20-year-old in a 40-year-old's body. I'm like, duh. You were the only one that was delusional. Your family who loves you was telling you why this was a bad idea. I don't understand why y'all get these ideas about what somebody can or can do once they get out. Like, you know what they're up against. You stay on the phone with this person for years and then get mad they can't get out. Like, I'm sorry, Melissa, that you don't like the fact that he's working in a pizza shop. You want to know why? He needs to work there. One, because it's familiar. He got rejected from other jobs. A job is better than no job. Certainly if you want to prove something to a parole officer. And two, he's been convicted of a crime. And if that's what he's good at, that's what he's good at. If that's what he enjoys, that's what he enjoys. And if that's an accessible job, like I said, just let him work it there for a year. Like, why do you keep downing that? Like, I just think that's not cool. All right. Anyway, you knew what you were getting into is also my larger point. So he hung up on her to prove he could be a boss. Louis, no, but okay. All right. Donna is crazy. And then has the nerve to call Melissa psychotic. I said, baby, never mind. So she encourages him to stay in Georgia and find a good Southern girl and be a house husband. So to me, that is already Donna actually implying that you are like Melissa and not believing that he can do much more. Find basically a woman with some money so you can live off of her and just take care of the house. Because I don't see you getting a job nowhere where you can actually pull in money. What the hell? He was like a house husband. I was so glad he reacted like that. Because, there's a lot of people willing to live off women like that. Anyway, so then we get one of the worst, most forced, planned scenes with this ditzy chick who works in the dentist's office. And I say planned because she clearly had a mic on. Where you got your 30 seconds of fame and whatever was going on with that hair, you know what? I'm not even interested. So we only get a little bit of Brittany and Kira, and they're still fighting and disagreeing about this baby. Brittany, y'all don't need a child right now. I realize y'all are not a normal couple, but you don't even know if you're going to want to have a baby with this man in a year. Okay? I don't think you need to force a child on anybody who doesn't want it. And certainly somebody who is clearly and honestly and effectively communicating they don't want one. And y'all are still young. And honestly, somebody, yes, just getting out of prison, barely weeks out. No, I think it's responsible to say, I'm not ready for this. Okay? And I even hate that I'm agreeing with Keurig because he's so controlling. But like, he's very clear about where he stands on a baby. Like, there's no room for like, I didn't know, I didn't get. He was giving you jail talk, baby. All right? So go back to beauty school. Beauty school dropout. Go back to high school. I don't know why that came back to me. I'm sure she finished high school, but I'm just saying. That song came back to me. I was just like, girl, just go back. Just go and beg to be back. Okay. So, Joy, Nomi, and Red. Joy and Red were talking about how, that was crazy. His whole family was mad that he's leaving after 2 days and going to no man's land in New Mexico. I was so confused. First of all, Joy Nomi, you should completely understand why they're mad. Okay? Even if you don't agree with it, I need you to understand why. I need you to be mature enough to do that. Number 2, I was also confused as to why Red is talking all of this stuff about Joy being his wife and how he has a kid. But while talking and texting another girl that isn't Joy. Like, why are you falling out with your family about standing beside Joy knowing that you're not even messing with her like that? You messing with her and somebody else and somebody else. Like, I don't even understand what that mentality is about keeping that lie. Like, what are you trying to do? That's what I mean by I don't get it. Like, I just don't get it. Joy is crying in the car, asking him about why he's still on the phone, why are girls sending him pictures and stuff, and she's just crying. Who bought him this phone? Joy, instead of crying, what you should have been doing while you were stuck in that hotel was calling Verizon, T-Mobile, whomever, okay, and pulling it. You want to end it, girl. End it for him. Let him pay for his own phone bill. And if his mama paid it, that probably would have been off too. Never mind. Joy probably paid for it. So Joy is looking through his portfolio of women, which is actually like a photo book. And photo books typically bring me joy. Because, a lot of people don't have them the same way they used to have them. But it's something about having those photos and you look back on how, nice it was or whatever. She is looking through this portfolio of women that he has created while in prison. Okay? Joy Nomi. He was in prison. I think it's already kind of cruel and unusual to deny somebody sexual experiences with consenting adults while in prison, whether they're married or not. I'm sorry. I just think that is a form of punishment for men and women that is not productive. It's not. That, heterosexual people can't obviously easily engage in the way people who choose to engage in homosexual behavior. Sometimes they are homosexual, sometimes they don't consider themselves that, so that's why I'm avoiding that. But I just think that's cruel and unusual. But anyway, she's looking through this portfolio book like, where am I? And Joy Nomi, look, we already know. If he's talking, well, I can't have friends. We know y'all aren't friends, okay? But baby girl, since you count this, I don't. But since you count it, you had a whole baby who was about to go to kindergarten. Let's be real. Let's just be real. While we doing all this crying, let's just pull back a little bit. All right. So I was with Red when he said, let's be real. But I said this to myself. Okay, and as he was talking, he was like, I was talking to people, you were talking to people. Like, I hate that I'm agreeing with these people that I don't like the Keurigs of the world and now Red. But like, it's I'm not gonna even. I don't even have to pull aside. It's just what it is. Joy Nomi seems depressed. Like she really seems depressed. I'm not a clinical doctor. Nevertheless, she cries a lot, and it's not like the sensitive, annoying cry of like Candace Dillard Bassett. It's not like that kind of cry on Potomac. It's not like that. It's like this sorrowful cry about what at least appears to be not that big of a deal constantly. Joy, Nomi, I think you really need to take some time to just work on yourself and improve and be better for you and for your son, certainly before bringing in what is essentially a stranger. Like, but you know what? If you were a reasonable person, you wouldn't be on this show. So anyway, Red left the argument and met his best girlfriend as he from a party a decade ago. I was just like, what? Like, what? So she looks like she was pulled straight out of a 2002 movie, high school, whatever. Back when black people would let white people get away with everything when it came to appropriating our culture. Like, she looked like a character in a scary movie at any of those, Save the Last Day, whatever. Girl, bye. So also, Red, your concept of friend is a side chick. You've been in prison, but you've kept up with the BS that black men do. I don't know whether to congratulate you or be bothered by it, but you've kept up with it. So then he is kissing Julie all in the mouth in the car. I'm glad Red got his dreads done, but I just want him to look like he took a shower. Like he looked like Keurig's skin, and granted, some people have better skin than others, but Keurig's skin at least is glowing. Like his haircut is like together. I just want him to look like he's bathed good. Like, I just want him to look like that. Is that too much to ask? Anyway, and that's why I said when he's kissing her in the mouth, I'm like, you've been, just too many germs. I'm just not prepared. So, yeah, he was talking about how he deserves one hall pass to get it out his system. Red, I don't even know what your game is at this point. I really don't. I don't even know why you're falling out with your family. Like, I just don't understand. Also, Red, never mind, I'm not gonna even go there. This chick is driving him around. He's in the car, ducking and hiding in the car like a 12-year-old hiding in a park from a whoop because he stayed out too long. Like, baby, cut it. Like, your family is there for you. Your mother has a whole house. You have a whole bedroom you can go to until you get on your feet. Like, stop playing with me. Julie, and honestly, you look dumb. You look really dumb knowing he has a girlfriend as you are actively acknowledging that and allowing yourself to be used and actively used as an escape for him. You're not even delusional about believing that he was going to come out and be your boyfriend. Like, give us something to work with, because this just looks stupid. Okay? So Joya is driving around crying. I was like, girl, go home to your son and family. Okay? And trust me, I have had moments where I had to drive through my tears. Let me tell you something. That is a really hard task. Okay? And it's a dangerous one. So she threatens to leave him and go to New Mexico. He has the other chick drive him to his mother's house where he needs to stay. Just stay. He had sex with Julie for revenge. And I'm just like, y'all are dumb. All three of y'all are dumb. Individually, collectively dumb. So they are fighting, and these two little white kids whose faces are blurred out are watching all this go down the bike. Now, we don't know if they really watching it or they just edited it in there, but I don't know why I started cracking up when I don't know, because I'm just watching them watch all this foolishness in the middle of a neighborhood that neither one of y'all have permanent residence in, which means your neighbors already looking at y'all like some strangers. Anyway, why didn't she just pop the trunk from the gate? She kept saying, just get your stuff. First of all, let me tell you something. He wouldn't have gotten his stuff. I would have just driven off. I would have kept all of that. Let his people get him some new stuff. That's number one. Number two, you kept playing around because what you really want him to do is to beg you to stay and promise he won't do it again. Joy Nomi, oh yeah, I'm ready for this to end. Okay? And I'll see y'all later for Love and Marriage Huntsville, which is another show I'm ready to end. It just, like, I haven't seen any kind of And next in the last episode, the season finale, like I'm just waiting for that. Anyway, I'll see y'all soon.